Oh, hey there! Welcome to episode 3.1. This episode is a follow up on the running stuff on Deno episode. If you haven't watched that episode just yet, I suggest that you go and watch it right now. So let's talk about the REPL. The REPL is a terminal based interactive runtime. It is especially useful when you want to run a bit of code without creating a file or bootstrapping a project. This video is sponsored by. If it is your first time visiting this channel, welcome. If you are a subscriber, I love you. So to bring up the REPL, all you need to do is to type in Deno, and here we go. So the first thing you'll see is the current version. We're running 1.9.2 and how to exit. So it says to use Control D or type in close. So from here, we can type any valid JavaScript expression like this. So first thing I'll do is I'll just write us a little hello world. Let's have fun with it, split it, reverse it, join it, and here we are. Roll. I don't know what that is. Okay. So here in the REPL, we have access to the whole of the Deno runtime API. We also have autocompletion, so this is pretty neat. So Deno.write text tab, and we get the command that we need. And here we're going to write a file to the current working directory. Let's just call it scratch and put in our message here and enter. So here we see that this returns a promise. So let's trust that it'll work, and let's try to just read it back. So read text tab, and we get what we need. And let's type in our path again, Deno CWD, bloop, scratch, there we go. And this returns a promise. So here, let's just access our value and log it like this. And we got our promise and our message from our log. Perfect. So since all of the IO functions returns a promise, here we can segue into the top level await functionality of the REPL. Usually, async await requires a function to be flagged async, but in this case, we have access to await directly at the top level, meaning I can do this. Await Deno read text file, and let's just write a path very quickly, and slash scratch and bloop. There we go. And because we have await, we're not going to return the promise, we're going to return our value right away. And here it is, perfect. In the REPL, the usual import syntax is not available, but we can leverage top-level await and the import function available in the runtime to import some functions. So we can import our getUser function and await the import result. And here we are. And now we should have our function. Let's try it. Await getUser. Let's wait a moment. And here we have our user object. Awesome. This still works. Another aspect of the REPL that is very interesting is all the shortcuts that are available. For example, if we were to try to find a command that we wrote earlier, we could do Control R and bring up the search function and start maybe trying to type hello and get back to our earlier command here. And we'd get back to our earlier command here and run it. Something else that can be useful is, let's say that you start writing a command, Deno read text file, and then, oh, you realize that you need to do something else, but you started writing this command, you don't want to just lose everything, you can do Control U to cut it and Control Y to paste it back. And you can keep doing what you were doing. Another thing I think is very useful is, let's write ourselves a little function here, x times 2. So let's just a function to multiply any number by 2. And now we'll say, okay, well, I want to have 24, 12 here. And I'll map over my array and multiply all the values. So here I get my 84, 48, and 42. So now if you needed this return value into another function, you can just refer to underscore. Underscore always represents the last value returned by a function. In this case, I can do map multiply like this, and now I multiplied the second value by 2. I could keep doing this forever if I wanted. In the same idea, if I started typing something and I made a mistake and I hit enter and I get the error here, you can also refer to underscore error to bring back the last error that was thrown. In Deno, there are some APIs that are marked as unstable. It doesn't mean that they don't work. It just means that their API might not be final yet. One example of an unstable API is the Deno console size function, which requires the std out RID. So that means terminal that we're currently in, the RID is a resource ID. So meaning this terminal, we want its ID to be able to calculate its size. That's the idea. But here, because it's unstable, I'll get an error saying that it doesn't exist. What I need to do if I need to access an unstable API is to run Deno in unstable mode. So we add the Deno unstable flag, and now we can bring up the console size function, and this time it will work and give me the exact size of my. Another way you can pass code to the Deno runtime could be to use echo and write our JavaScript expression and pipe it into the Deno command using the double dash flag like this. So it will take the text, pipe it to the Deno runtime, and return to us the value. And here the value is 4. Another example of this could be echo and await Deno read text file. And now we'll just write our local path again and pipe it into the Deno command like this. And now we just get the string. Finally, if we do this and we need, for example, the console size, and pipe it into the Deno command, in this case, it's important not to forget the unstable flag like this. And here we have our console size. Awesome. As always, I hope you learned something today and that you'll come back soon. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you can't afford it, consider sponsoring me or the Deno community. All of the links are in the description below, along with the IY repository. Okay, bye now.